In the heart of Cairo, between narrow alleys and buildings that carried 100 years of stories on their shoulders, was an old street called El Wardani Alley. Behind its cracked walls, secrets lived, secrets only the people of the alley knew. During the day, the alley was alive with voices of street vendors and the smell of falafel and fool. But once the evening prayer call echoed through the city, doors shut tight, children stopped playing, and the alley seemed to change. One day, Saeed, a young man returning from years abroad, came back to Cairo. He had inherited his grandfather's house in the alley and decided to live in it, despite the neighbors' warnings. "That house is cursed," they told him. "Ever since your grandfather died, no one lasted a week inside." Saeed chuckled. "I don't believe in superstitions," he said, and stepped inside. The first night passed quietly. The second night, he heard footsteps above, though the ceiling was too fragile for anyone to walk on. The third night, he heard an old woman crying, whispering, "Bring back my son, bring him back." He woke up and rushed out into the alley. It was unnaturally dark, no dogs barking, no cats meowing, just silence. In the middle of the alley, he saw the figure of a woman dressed in black, walking slowly toward the graveyard behind the mosque. He followed her, and she stopped at a grave. His grandfather's grave, Sheikh Abdul Wadud El Wardani. The woman turned to him and whispered, "Your son has returned." But he doesn't know the full story. From that night on, Saeed had nightmares of his grandfather, of people who died in the alley, and of things buried beneath the floor. And every night, the woman's voice returned, calling his name. Now, people in the alley whisper to one another, "Is Saeed still living there? Or has he become one of the alley's stories we whisper about at midnight?" Whispers Beneath the Floor, Part 2. A week passed since Saeed moved in, and something changed in the alley. People spoke his name in hushed tones. Children stared at him, then ran away. Even Uncle Abdo, the always smiling tea vendor, fell silent whenever Saeed walked by. One rainy night, Saeed heard scratching from under the floor. He pressed his ear to the tile. It was real, something was moving beneath. He pulled out a loose tile in the living room and found an old metal box hidden below. Inside were yellowed papers, handwritten. His grandfather's journal. March 19th, 1974. I made a mistake. I brought a curse upon this alley. The man we buried under the house was innocent, but his double remains. He visits me every night, and each time I read from his book, he gets closer. Saeed turned the page. There was a strange symbol, and inside a triangle. Beneath it, a warning: do not open the door during the call to prayer, no matter what you hear. That night, just as the evening call began, Saeed heard knocking. A voice deep, familiar called,